recover.
Yeah.
We had a busy weekend.
Can I mow the lawn? Is it still raining?
I wish Thomas the pony was still there.
He's going to
The worst part of my day. They took him away from me. He had to go home.
That's all we have, folks.
This is Bowl Portland. Competitive, intense, and fun in support of the greatest bowlers in the world. Two PBA League teams remain led by PBA Hall of Famers Norm Duke and Pete Weber. They face off head-to-head in the PBA League Elias Cup Finals. The champion to be crowned today on ESPN. Welcome to Bayside Bowl in Portland, Maine. Singles, doubles, trios, and team competition will determine which team will hoist the PBA Elias Cup and become champions of the 2016 PBA League. The New York City WTT Kingpins and the Dallas Strikers have advanced to the Elias Cup Finals. And hello again, everyone. Mike Jakubowski with PBA Hall of Famer Randy Peterson. Kimberly Pressler reports laneside today. Two-game Baker matches determined our finalists. We have two great teams remaining, led by two great PBA Hall of Famers. Randy, a brand new challenge awaits these teams as we await to crown our 2016 PBA League champions.
A whole new format, Mike J, featuring a singles, doubles, and trios matches. The finale will be the Team Baker game. Each team is laden with young, fresh talent and experienced veterans. The headliners, Pete Weber, Hall of Famer for the Kingpins, and Norm Duke, Hall of Famer for the Dallas Strikers. This is going to be an epic battle featuring 10 of the biggest stars the PBA has to offer.
And the winner will hoist the 2016 PBA Elias Cup. And now, let's meet the Dallas Strikers.
You want to win? You got to strike. Boom! Who got that? Who got that?
They've got 11!
Dallas Strikers. It's our time.
Norm Duke, one shot from a Baker perfect game. Ladies and gentlemen, the Dallas Strikers. He owns one PBA regional title from Apex, North Carolina, B.J. Moore. The 2014 PBA Southwest Region Player of the Year from Houston, Texas, Sean Maldonado. A seven-time PBA Tour champion with one major title from Langhorne, Pennsylvania, Bill O'Neill. A 16-time PBA Tour champion with two major titles from Simpsonville, South Carolina, Tommy Jones. Bowling singles for the Dallas Strikers, third on the all-time PBA Tour titles list with 38. From Claremont, Florida, player, manager, PBA Hall of Famer, Norm Duke. Let's meet the New York City WTT Kingpins.
Kingpins, ready to take back the cup. Who do you think we are? Kingpins.
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 Ladies and gentlemen, the New York City WTT Kingpins. He is 4th on the all-time PBA Tour titles list with 37. From St. Ann, Missouri, PBA Hall of Famer, Pete Weber.
That's right, I'm here. That's right. We win. We win. They're going down. You got it, boys. That's right. We're not here to lose.
2013 PBA League Elias Cup champion from North Tonawanda, New York, John Zerbinski. A 3-time PBA Tour champion with 1 major title from Mission Viejo, California, Scott Norton. A 5-time PBA Tour champion with 2 major titles from Berkeley, California, Mike Fagan. Singles for the Kingpins, the 2014 PBA Rookie of the Year from Yakima, Washington, Marshall Kent. The New York City WTT Kingpins are managed by USBC Hall of Famer Carolyn Doran Ballard.
Number 1 Kingpin, right there,
PBA League Elias Cup Finals format. Singles, doubles, and trios competition will earn 1 point. The Baker team match will earn 3 points. If tied after those 4 matches, we'll have a 1-ball roll-off to decide the match. Kimberly Pressler's laneside.
Thanks, guys. So, Norm, last week you bowled anchor for your team, and you bowled 3 strikes when you needed it most in the 10th to earn your guys a 300 game. How do you carry that motivation and that momentum into today?
Well, that's what we have to do, is try to carry that momentum. And it's easier said than done. You got to just dig deep. You got to dig deep, and, you know, sometimes it doesn't work out like you plan. Hopefully today's our day.
Well, good luck to you guys. Thanks so much for your time. Now, Marshall, you also anchored last week, and you had some clutch points out there to help bring your team into the final match. But today, you're starting off in a singles match against a Hall of Famer. Describe the pressure you're feeling.
You know, I'm going to handle it just like any other match. It's me versus the lane, and I know I have a good group of guys right behind me, so I'm just going to take it 1 shot at a time and see what happens.
1 step at a time. Good luck to you and your team today. Guys, back to you in the booth.
Singles will open up the Elias Cup Finals for 2016 for 1 point. And the wave working its way around Bayside Bowl. Standing room left and right, the players in the middle. Singles for 1 point, Marshall Kent versus Norm Duke. Randy, the young crop of talent that has come along in the last year on the PBA Tour is not afraid of Hall of Famers.
Yeah, and they've proven that throughout this season and showcasing not only their talents, but their mental fortitudes. I mean, it's just amazing how well they're able to handle the pressure bowling under the bright lights in the PBA Tour.
For the Elias Cup, 1 point, singles action underway. Marshall Kent has the opening pitch. And the 10-pin, despite the messenger wiggles.
That was almost a blowout 4-10. Watch this. The 4-pin was standing until the head pin took it out right there.
Conversion of the 10-pin. Singles followed by doubles, followed by trios. Norm Duke in his singles match with Marshall Kent, PBA Hall of Famer, 38 tour titles. 3+ decades as a professional bowler going up against Marshall Kent. His opening shot on the right lane. Second and third arrow. And a strike for Duke gets things started. Last week, Norm was spectacular in the Strikers semifinal win over the Motown Muscle, throwing 3 strikes in the 10th frame of game 1 for a perfect 300. The Strikers went on to take game 2 as well, clinching it in the 10th with a Tommy Jones double. Jones congratulated by his teammates as well as by Strikers founder and NFL great Terrell Owens via Twitter.
That's right, baby. Tommy Jones. You see it. Way to do it, Tommy. Dallas Strikers. That's what we do, baby. You see the shirt. You see it.
No bigger Strikers fan than T.O., who's no doubt cheering Norm on here in singles.
The big follow through, they call it posting the shot.
Now, he's one of the best at doing it. You know, two completely different styles. Marshall Kemp, the power player. Norm Duke, back in the day, could hook it from gutter to gutter, but not so much anymore. It's hard for him to compete against the big high rev guys, but when he can go down and in with that 16-pound bowling ball, Norm Duke can still win out here.
Norm Duke started winning out on the PBA Tour at the age of 18 and now going up against the youthful crop of talent on the PBA Tour in the person of Marshall Kent. Second frame, opening singles game for 1 point. Strike for Kent.
Marshall Kent, a good 10 boards left of where Duke is playing.
Practitioners of the new power game, we've seen the two-handed play, but the one-handed style is still bringing the power. How does Marshall Kent generate his?
Well, he doesn't like all the other power players with a bent wrist and elbow right before the release point. That's how you create power and revolutions on a bowling ball. You ought to see Marshall Kent throw it with 2 hands and no thumb. It's impressive.
Bowling on lanes 6 and 7 in the middle of the house here at Bayside Bowl. Didn't lock it off his hand, but splits the 8 and 9. Great result for Kent.
You right there.
Marshall Kent, what does a player generally react to when they dislike something so early?
It's usually a feel thing off of his hand, and he thought that was right of target, looked right of target, but the ball picked up so early that it never shot through the break point. Marshall Kent is very versatile. He can do a lot of different things with the bowling ball, and he's going to win a lot on the PBA Tour.
Each player with a double. Norm Duke in the third frame. White, bucket combo, 2-4-5 remain.
Too soft with the hand on that shot. Norm Duke didn't get enough on it.
If a player leaves and converts the 7-10 split on today's show, he will earn the $100,000 ultimate spare bonus courtesy of Ultimate Bowling in the incredibly intense environment here at Bowl Portland. They don't stop. Norm Duke on the spare. The rest of the Dallas Strikers on the bench in this singles game for 1 point. Doubles and trios to come, each for a point. Hall of Famer Mark Roth, 6th on the all-time titles list. And we've named the MVP of the PBA League. Mark Roth will hand that out following our competition today. Always great to be in the company of Mark Roth.
An honor to be in the presence of Mr. Roth, one of the greatest of all time.
Father of the modern power game. 4th frame, opening singles game. White. And just a 2-pin shakes out the double wood.
All right, 5 in here. We're all right now. Make some shots. Make some shots. Make some shots. All right, I'm lined up now. We're gonna make shots here.
Marshall Kent, the 5-time member of Team USA, 2-time Collegiate Bowler of the Year at Robert Morris in Illinois, as manager Carolyn Doran Ballard looks on, and she has placed Kent in this position, the bowl singles for the Kingpins. Another and that one did not get all the way back, 2-4.
In the words of Bob Uecker, just a bit outside. Luckily, only leaving the 2-4. 10 goes down. This is what he thought the last shot was going to do on the left lane. That one scooted through the break point, but no harm done with a conversion here.
And a mental error. Missed spare by Kent. The team trying to pick him up. Norton and Weber. Manager Carolyn Doran-Ballard, interesting as Kent polls Duke, that Carolyn believes Marshall Kent can become one of the next great players. Not if you miss spares, though. Former Rookie of the Year on the PBA Tour. Back in 2014. Fifth frame now. Marshall trails by 10 pins after the open, and another poor pitch, and a head goes down and the ball crosses over.
Yeah, he's out of rhythm now. You know, the last 3 shots, 2 were to the right, 1 got back flush, the next one goes light, misses a spare, comes back, and this is just a big pull left. Out of sync, out of rhythm. Just looks fast. Feet look fast. Looks like maybe too much adrenaline.
Spare for Kent. Singles game for 1 point. Fifth frame, Norm Duke. Bowling in the middle of the house on lane 6 and 7. You see the ball returns left and right of the players. Center of the house, our best vantage point here at Bayside Bowl. Now Norm Duke in the fifth, looking at the spare. Flat tap.
Norm just needs to give it a little bit more hand at the bottom.
Yeah.
You know, he's kind of stuck in the middle because a little too much hand, the ball has a chance to jump high. So Norm either has to move right with the same amount of hand, or he's got to get maybe just a little bit softer with a little more hand.
Covers the 10 pin. Duke leads by 9 pins. Coming up next, doubles and trios for 1 point before the 3-point Baker team game. All 5 team members will bowl together.
4 left over there. Dead even, 4 left.
The calculations that go through a player's head.
Here we go, baby.
With Norm, a lot of times you'll hear it. A lot of players just say it to themselves, but it's always calculating the ever-changing oil pattern, the transition of the oil. Let's see if Norm Duke can finally get the ball to face up strong enough to carry all 10.
Dead even.
And another 10-pin roller no off the back of the deck.
Back-to-back flat 10s.
Good. 71 right, a little bit of carry down, Hoss.
You heard him say it. A little bit of carry down is getting that ball to scoot just a fraction longer down the lane before it starts to make its turn to the pocket.
Duke on the spare. He maintains an 8-pin lead for the Dallas Strikers. The singles game for 1 point. The rest of our singles competition when we return to the PBA League. The PBA League Elias Cup Finals are brought to you by Visit Maine. Discovering your Maine thing begins at visitmaine.com. By Barbasol Shaving Cream, America's leader for a close, comfortable shave. Now with new rust-proof aluminum bottoms. By HotelPlanner.com. The best place to book hotel rooms. Best rooms, best rate, guaranteed. And by Geico, over 75 years of savings and service. The oldest lighthouse in the state of Maine is the Portland Headlights, sitting at the head of the Portland Harbor here in the great state of Maine.
Isn't that beautiful? What a sight.
Especially if you're manning a ship heading into the port late at night. The big lights. The PBA League Elias Cup Finals, the oil pattern, Randy, tinted in blue.
42 feet in length, multiple angles to get to the pocket. You can see that right here in our opening matchup with Marshall Kent playing that 4th arrow. Norm Duke playing closer to second arrow. We saw a 300 game last week. Some good scores have come off of this oil pattern.
Heavier concentrations of blue in the middle, fanning out to the lighter concentrations of blue on the outside part of the lane, indicating a lighter presence of oil.
But I think what's interesting is when you see the shot, the next time you see the shot of the lane, you don't see a lot of blue to the outside part of the lane right here. But that doesn't mean there's friction there. You can see that ball scooting. Oil has moved down the lane now, folks, and that's why these bowling balls are not turning the corner.
2-4-10 split for Kent.
In looking at that oil pattern, Mike J, with the blue tint, it looks to me like I could just send it as far right as I wanted to. But the players can't. We saw it right there, Kent coming in light, leaving the 2-4-10.
Found it out through the motion of the ball, and now trying to avoid a deeper dent to do. Open frame.
The idea is to slide the 2 into the 10, but he took the 2-pin straight back, and it almost popped out of the back of the pit into the 10-pin.
7th frame, singles game for a point. Doubles and trios for a point yet to come. Recovering a strike in the 7th from Marshall Kent. For Carolyn Doran Ballard and the New York City WTT Kingpins.
You think on the right leg?
Like that one? I made the move. Just gotta...
Roll text stat. 2016 PBA League statistics. 9 strikes and 2 spares for Norm Duke entering play today. 5 and 5 for Kent. And a great percentage of strikes to spares. Neither player with an open frame.
Oil carried down. Norm moves a little bit farther to the right, goes straighter, a little bit more direct, and it's 10 back.
The PBA League comprised of singles, doubles, and trios, each counting for a point. 3 points for the Baker team match. In the event of a tie after Baker team, we would go to a roll-off to decide the Elias Cup champion.
Only time we use this is for the finals. Max score, Duke 244, Kent 222.
Right through that one. That was approaches right there.
We saw it last week with some issues on the left lane with the approach. And Norm, who's always so sure-footed, loses this one. You can see it right there.
All right, guys. Dang it. Slip right through that.
Duke gives the approach a workout. Now back over to Marshall Kent. Important shot here in the 8th. He can cut this lead almost in half. He's got a strike working. Trails by 22. Roller, no 10-pin.
Changes balls on that lane and throws a great shot, but ball is just a little late getting to the pocket and covering the 10-pin. Running out of frames, Mike J. Trailing by 22 with the 9th and 10th frame to go. You can strike out now for 202. Norm Duke's already at 204.
Everybody Everybody in Bowl Portland has a nickname, and you don't escape out of here, Randy, without getting a nickname as they chant for Marshall Kent. We'll have to go back into the crowd and find out what was chanted as the strike in the foundation frame for Marshall Kent.
Is his nickname Wawa? Because that's what it sounded like in my headset.
You like it?
I liked it.
Only?
So.
Only Taylor too? What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
I think
All right, Norm Duke. Strike,
Yeah.
spare,
Yeah.
9. He shuts out Marshall Kent.
Benefit of team play is getting advice from your manager, Carolyn Doran-Ballard, talking it over. 10-frame strategies for Kent, but Duke has control of this match. Foundation frame.
Oh, no.
Avoids the baby split, just the 3-pin.
Better.
Huge break there. That could have been 6. Goes through the nose, only leaves the 3-pin. Now, if he covers that, he needs strike spare to shut out Marshall Kent by 1. Mike J, that could have been the big 4 real easy.
Norm covers the spare. 202 max for Kent.
Now, can he keep his feet underneath him and make a good shot here on the left lane?
Come on. Have a strike here.
Strike spare to win.
Gets them all. A little bit of work to be done to claim .1 for Dallas.
Well, he put a great touch on that shot there and got into that switch zone. The late, great Billy Whaley said about that shot there, Mike J, hit him thin and watch him spin.
Any 10 for the win. And a solid
8-pin. Oh.
No matter. Clip it, and Norm earns a point in singles. Yet to come, doubles and trios for a point apiece before our 3-point Baker team game, including all 5 players of each team. The Dallas Strikers up 1-0 over New York City thanks to Norm Duke's win in singles. Up next, alternate shot doubles here at the PBA Elias Cup Finals. PBA League rolls on at Bayside Bowl in Portland, Maine. The final score of our singles game for a point. Norm Duke 203 to 168 Marshall Kent. The Dallas Strikers go up 1-0 over the New York City WTT Kingpins. Norm Duke has been calling all the right numbers, standing by laneside with Kimberly.
Thanks, Mike. Norm, congrats on gaining that point for your team.
Thank you.
Now, a lot of people were surprised that you didn't put Tommy Jones in the singles match. Instead, since you are the player and a manager, you decided to do the singles match, and it seemed to work out great for you. It's a good call.
Yeah, the call is made because we want lane preservation. If I get all of our rev rate bowling the first 2 games, by the time we get to the end, we have nowhere to go, and they have a left-hander, and we give them the advantage. So the only reason I'm playing right now, I'm going to play in the doubles too, is to keep all that traction further to the right of the lane so that our rev rate can bank off that late and not get trapped with the left-handers.
Well, it seems like you guys put a lot of strategy and thought into coming into today's
You have
final.
to. I mean, these guys are great. The coaches, our managers are great. Everybody's great. You got to be great to win this thing.
Yes, you do. Good luck to you guys in the doubles match.
Yeah, thank you.
Guys, back to you.
Perfect answer by Norm Duke. Perfect.
Interesting strategy. Norm Duke leading Dallas 1-0 over New York City. Alternate shot doubles is coming next. Competing for the Elias Cup alongside the Old Port area in Portland. Great seafood, boating, and more in the state of Maine.
They have seafood here? Oh my goodness, yes.
Plenty. I've tried to sample my share, and yours. Coming up, PBA League Elias Cup Finals with our doubles matchup. This is alternate shot doubles. If a player fails to strike, the partner will pick up the spare. And it is Mike Fagan and John Zerbinski for New York City, and Bill O'Neill, and Norm Duke calls his number again for the Dallas Strikers. Dallas up 1-0 over New York City WTT Kingpins. And for the Kingpins, John Zerbinski leads off, followed by Fagan in the alternate shot doubles for 1 point. Just outside third arrow, Zerbinski. John Zerbinski has been extremely solid in this competition.
Shown more strikes than anybody else on his team throughout the competition. Zerbinski's been money. By the way, Mike, you and I are partners, right?
In the booth?
Okay, so as partners, I think it's only fair to let you buy the lobster dinner tonight.
I will do that.
Perfect.
Very reasonable here. Just the appetizers tend to add up.
You know how I like my appetizers.
Norm Duke leading off for Dallas. He'll be backed up by O'Neill. And just a pinch high 4-pin. O'Neill will step up now and pick up the spare.
Just a little snug and almost trips the 4.
So now the alternate shot. O'Neill picks up for his teammate. He gets the spare.
Come on. I'd like to see you throw a first shot. I'd like to see you throw a first shot when this is over.
One frame left. All right, come on.
Interesting to note, though, until the first player strikes, the next player does not have an opportunity to double.
Yeah, you don't want to be stuck in the position of shooting spares the entire game.
All right, Normie, come on now.
Singles for a point already earned by Norm Duke. Now doubles for a point, trios for another one, and then the Baker team match for 3. If the teams are tied after the Baker team match, will roll off to determine the Elias Cup champion. Norm back up for the Dallas Strikers. Duke O'Neill bowling alternate shot doubles. And again, good snug, this time at 9.
Ah.
Watch the 4-pin, left side of the screen. Gets tickled, goes down, only the 9 standing.
O'Neill picks up the spare for Dallas, yet to have a shot at a full rack.
I just forgot about all those shots of practice. I forgot about all the shots of practice that were here.
All the calculations, player manager Norm Duke, now Mike Fagan. Opportunity at a full rack as John Zerbinski gives him that opportunity by striking in the first.
Mike, what Norm was referring to was that he didn't move. He didn't anticipate the lanes breaking down just enough to cause him to go 4-pin, 4-pin. He should have made a little micro adjustment to the left with his feet. He would have been fine.
Fagan with a 10. And now, as in the case of Dallas, for New York City, John Zerbinski called upon to pick up the spare alternate shot doubles. And Zerbinski picks up the spare.
Get this one.
All right, Mike, come on.
Basically an even game here in our 1-point doubles game in this match to determine the Elias Cup champions for the 2016 PBA League. Mike Fagan taking a break from competition to study for his MBA in Berkeley, California.
Certainly doesn't look like his physical game has suffered any. So it looks like he's throwing a great.
It's up there.
Holy cow.
Missing the head pin, 136.
Not sure what happened. The ball was so far left of target. I don't know if it was something with his hand, if he hung up in it, if he dropped it. Hard to see from our vantage point, but man.
Handing off to Zerbinski on the spare pickup.
Pretty solid there.
Very solid, and again, I call your attention to his wrist position at finish.
Yeah, you know, it's very common to shoot spares with
Get back on it.
the hand or wrist in the flat position, the hand behind the ball, so the ball rolls end over end and doesn't curve. And that way, no matter what the oil pattern is you're rolling on, the ball's not going to read it.
All clean here, alternate shot doubles. Duke back up for Dallas here in the third frame. Dallas up a point over New York. And Norm Duke finds the pocket, and Bill O'Neill's going to get a rip at a full rack.
One knee.
You know, it's hard to believe that Norm actually missed that move.
One knee.
And the move was just a little bit left with feet, maybe two left with feet, one with target, or 1 and 1 left, feet and target. He missed that move, and that's not like him.
A lot going on, PBA league title on the line. The full Monty by the Bull Portland community. Neal first shot at a strike, and he leaves a 4-pin just tight on the nose. Now Norm will have to pick this up for Dallas. How many shots down the lane can you reasonably expect to put yourself in a position to think about that next move?
It depends on the traffic that's on the lanes, Mike. If there's a lot of really high rev rate guys, then the lanes are going to transition faster.
I'm inching left every time now. I was actually chasing the first game, now I'm inching.
Than players that with softer hands. You know, Norm Duke and Bill O'Neill, they're not going to make the lanes transition near as much as, say, the two-handers. You know, Belmonte, Maldonado, BJ Moore, you know, those players, high rev guys, where they really tear the lanes up.
Fagan up for New York City. Pink pins trail by 2 pins here, fourth. 5-pin extinguished.
All right, John. Now go here.
Your Barbasol close shave of the day on the 5.
A little paralyzer 5 right here. Oh, yeah. That looked like a little like a late great Dick Weber mixture 5-pin.
Now Zerbinski for New York City, chance to double up, take the lead here, 5th frame.
Yeah! Yeah, baby!
Right there.
How good has John Zerbinski been in this competition?
Oh, yeah!
Heard a lot of USA from the Bull Portland community. Zerbinski representing Team USA and representing the New York City WTT Kingpins, who have taken a 2-pin lead with that double. O'Neil up in the 5th. He'll get the shot at the full rack. Try to strike so that Norm Duke can have a chance to take the lead. Six around the 10. Norm Duke to pick up the spare.
Well, they've gone back and forth on this doubles team, throwing strike balls and shooting spares, and started off with Norm throwing the strikes, and now it's Norm shooting spares. Only 1 strike for O'Neal and Duke.
Dallas Strikers up a game, but trailing by 9 pins. O'Neal shifting over. And we'll bowl the 6th frame. Doubles game for 1 point, trios for 1 point to follow before our 3-point Baker team game. Six around the 10 again.
Are you kidding me?
All right, buddy. Hey, great shots. We're still going to get there. We're going to get there.
Another chance to watch Norm flip it over with the strike ball. Cross lane at the 10. Dallas Strikers up a game, trailed by 10. Duke and O'Neal trying to make up that deficit. We'll be back with more of our PBA League Elias Cup Finals. Today's Columbia 300 fun fact, the Elias Cup is named after the PBA founder, the late Eddie Elias. Elias formed the Professional Bowlers Association in 1958. The competition started with 3 tournaments in 1959. Dallas Strikers up 1-0, and the New York City WTT Kingpins looking to even things up. They've got a 10-pin lead. Mike Fagan up for New York City can extend a 10-pin lead to 6th frame.
Nice shot by Fagan.
All right, John, come on now. Good shot here. Set him up.
New York City WTT Kingpins manager Carolyn Doran Ballard, 22 career pro titles, 3 women's majors, inducted into the USBC Hall of Fame in 2008, also bowling for the red, white, and blue, 5-time member of Team USA, managing this New York City WTT Kingpins club. Fagan has struck, and now Zerbinski the chance to strike 3 times in a row, 7th frame, plus 20 for New York. And the 4-pin is not going to go down.
That was rude. Oh, that 4-pin looked like it was going down.
I thought I had that. Oh.
Just a pinch high, gets a little nudge. Flat bottom pin.
Handing off to Fagan in this alternate shot doubles. Fagan responsible for the spare pickup to maintain a 19-pin advantage here in our doubles game for 1 point.
Fagan and Zerbinski are locked in. They have a great line to the pocket, hooking it a little bit more than O'Neal and Duke. Only 1 strike for the Dallas Strikers. They certainly don't want to change their name to the Dallas Spare Shooters.
Bill O'Neal and Norm Duke must find a double to cut into that kingpin lead. And that goes across the nose, 6-10. Over to Duke to pick up the spare. Spares will not cut into that kingpin lead. Both Portland community with a never-ending steam engine of fun here at Bayside Bowl, encouraging Duke, who misses the spare.
Hard to believe.
Wow.
One of the best spare shooters in the history of the PBA Tour, and he whiffs the 610.
Now after the open frame, O'Neal next to play. A strike in the 8th for the Dallas Strikers.
My fault.
Only their 2nd strike, and now they have a potential 214. The Kingpins are at 216 already.
Well, whatever happens here.
New York trying to even things up at a point apiece. Dallas already on top 1-0. Zerbinski up for the Kingpins here in the 8th. Backed up by Fagan, alternate shot doubles. Part of our Elias Cup Finals to conclude the 2016 PBA League 8th frame. 6 kicks to 10, strike for Zerbinski and the Kingpins. Weber first off the bench.
Beautiful game, isn't it? Just a smooth stroke and big guy. Gets the ball into the swing early, chases after it, hand behind the ball, and just rolls it beautifully. John Zerbinski's got a lot of talent.
Now, foundation frame. First to play are the Kingpins. Mike Fagan. Oh, great pitch.
Well, that puts them in the 220s now. And that rotund person that they talk about singing that song, you know which one I'm talking about? When that person sings, you know,
yes.
Game's over.
You're getting operatic on me.
Yeah, she's getting ready to start singing.
Duke at the foundation frame for the Dallas Strikers, trailing by 42. Light, and the 7 goes. Double cuts the lead to 32. 2:14 max with O'Neal up in the 10th frame.
If O'Neal strikes out, he'll force a mark in the 10th by the Kingpins.
And that will not happen. 3, 6, 7, 10 split.
Done.
That's me.
The doubles goes to the Kingpins, and our finals are even at a point apiece.
Dallas 1, New York City 1. Trios next. We'll find out our trios lineups. And another game for 1 point coming next. It's the PBA League Elias Cup Finals on ESPN. The PBA League Elias Cup Finals are brought to you by BJ's. Amazing prices on top quality brands, from groceries to electronics. By bowlingball.com, it's where bowlers go. By Rolltech. Try Rolltech Action Bowling's daily contests and win real cash using your league scores. Make your mark. And by DB8. We are DB8. Tonight, we bowl.
Maine's rivers, lakes, and waterways provide sailing, fishing, and recreational activity in addition to its significant commerce. And welcome inside Bayside Bowl. It's Bowl Portland, Bopo. With us to the end of the PBA League Elias Cup Finals, tied at 1-1. Trios and team yet to come. The 7-night flashback to last year's PBA League Elias Cup Finals. Silver Lake Atom Splitters.
Go, go, go! Well, it was a great team win, but when I think about the victory last year, I have to think about that man right there, Dick Allen, and how big he was for that team.
Mike Jakubowski with Hall of Famer Randy Peterson. The trios yet to come for 1 point before our 3-point Baker team finale to determine our finalists. And this trios is going to be a feeling out process, Randy's. I believe the lane conditions are going to play a significant factor in our champion and who will be crowned.
Well, we're going to see some new players that we haven't seen yet in the finals, and a lot of power. And so it's going to depend on how much the lanes have transitioned. Is there enough oil in the middle part of the lane to help the heavy-handed players get in and feed that ball to the right and still get it back and strike?
And we will find out how much oil is left on the lane and how that lane pattern is attacked. It's trios for 1 point coming up next. New York versus Dallas as the Elias Cup Finals roll on. The 4th season of the PBA League and the 2nd consecutive at Bayside Bowl in Portland, Maine. The Elias Cup Finals are tied at 1-1. It's time for trios. New York City WTT Kingpins will line up Scott Norton, followed by Pete Weber and Marshall Kent. Norton will handle the 1st, 4th, 7th, and 10th. Against the Dallas Strikers trios lineup, Tommy Jones, Sean Maldonado, and B.J. Moore. The difference between trios and the alternate shot doubles is players will complete their own frames in the trios competition. And Scott Norton will lead off for New York City. The left-hander on the lanes. Out of Mission Viejo, California, gets things started in trios for New York City. 4 slaps a 7, strike
for Norton.
Come on.
Back to the bench. Tommy Jones for the Dallas Strikers will handle the 1st, 4th, 7th, and 10th frames in this trios competition. Players, again, cleaning up their own spares here.
One thing's certain, Mike, we won't have a roll-off after the final Baker game. Right now, a point apiece for each team. The Baker game will be the deciding game. 3 points for that win.
Come on. Come on, kid.
Sean Maldonado up for the Dallas Strikers. Spare working. Spare to strike for Dallas.
You can see how deep Sean is already. We talked about him on camera. How much oil is left in the middle part of the lane. I think it's a huge advantage for the Kingpins to have a lefty in Scott Norton.
That part of the lane has not been touched. Now Pete Weber.
Where's his sunglasses?
No sunglasses for trios.
When was the last time Weber bowled without sunglasses? Anyone?
Just a touch high, but he trips the 4.
Let me tell you, that's senior carry.
The delayed.
Come on, boys.
Weberism.
Senior carry.
Pete a factor on the PBA and PBA 50 tours. And the 2-pin does the work, carries the 4 and the 7. Kingpins start with a double. Now Marshall Kent inserted 3rd here in trios. Defeated by Norm Duke for the singles point in this Elias Cup final. And 6 gets the 10, opening turkey for New York City.
Come on.
Nice pitch here by Marshall Kent as the monkey looks on. 6 to the sidewall, takes a 10. You know, that's the other reason why I love Portland, Maine. They're so animal friendly. Squirrels, monkeys.
Squirrels even have their vision corrected here.
There he is.
Now BJ Moore for Dallas. Strike would cut the lead of the Kingpins in half. For a PBA regional titleist. Selected by Norm Duke, and he strikes. 10-pin lead for New York City. The match is tied at 1. This 1-point trios game will continue when we return to Bayside Bowl. PBA League Elias Cup Finals at Bayside Bowl in Portland, Maine. Mike Jakubowski with Hall of Famer Randy Peterson, Kimberly Kressler laneside as our trios game for 1 point rolls on. And time now for our track tech talk. Tommy Jones, the subject.
Well, we've seen Tommy Jones make some clutch shots for his team in the 10th frame as the anchor, but here's why I think Tommy Jones is able to do that. You notice when he goes into the foul line that his head actually goes down. He actually sits down into that shot. You don't see him raising up, popping up out of that shot. That head level actually goes down just a little bit, and I think that's what enables him to make such great shots under pressure.
Tommy Jones, 4th frame for the Dallas Strikers. A strike would even things up, a point for trios. 10-time member of Team USA is Tommy Jones. And that comes up high, 4-9 split.
I agree.
Well, Tommy kind of feels like a monkey now after that 4-9. He could have struck there and pulled even, but unlucky a bit.
I like that one.
Leaving both the 4 and the 9 pin. See if he can slide the 4 into the 9 here. Just like that. Clean frame for Tommy Jones.
Earning today's Hammer Tough Spare replay.
Pretty good stuff there. To be a top-notch PBA star, you got to be a good spare shooter as well. And Tommy Jones, he's got all the shots. Great split conversion.
Fills the frame for Dallas. Now Scott Norton back up. He trios a second crack. And the roller, no, 7 stands.
All right.
Just a little soft into the pocket. Head pin comes off the sidewall. Norton's looking for the bird dog, and so is his teammates. And denied.
All right, guys, pick me up.
Norton on the spare. Kingpins lead by 11.
Yeah, I'll just move back.
PBA's Extra Frame is your home for exclusive live coverage of the PBA, PBA 50, and PWBA tours. This week, Extra Frame streaming live from the PBA 50 Tour event in Farmingdale, New York, out on Long Island. Don't miss a moment of the action. Click on the Extra Frame link at PBA.com today for more information. You'll see Pete Weber competing out on Long Island. Johnny Petraglia's PBA 50 event up, and the 6'10 avoids a worse fate.
Weber looking for a spare ball, but just too straight up the lane. That's got to feed out to at least 10. That ball never got right of 13.
Clean cover for Weber. Picks up the spare. Kingpins lead by 9.
Should have moved more.
1-1 in this Elias Cup
I moved like
finals.
3. I should have moved more.
1 point for this trios game. 3 to come next in our Baker team match.
But you got to see what you have. You got to just,
Sean Maldonado up for Dallas, 5th frame. Light, and the 2-10 split.
Not good.
Wow, that one is so tight.
They'll have to slide the 2 over to the 10 to avoid their first open frame, but not enough friction created down lane to get that one back.
Sails wide 8 and out 94 open through 5.
That line is so tight. Yeah, that ball just doesn't have that bang for the buck down there. I don't know what you got next. If it's that hectic, you need to send somebody to grab it, because that one just, it's just. But I'm gonna be on this line next. Well, I'm not pulling.
Tommy Jones giving Sean Maldonado some advice about getting a bowling ball that will work on the right lane.
Thinking ahead to the Baker team match, single pin remaining, 7 pin for DJ Moore.
Scores a lot lower than they thought they would be in this competition. The singles match, 203 to 168. Doubles wasn't much higher. A lot of traffic going on in the lanes, and players jumping back and forth, one lane hooking a little bit more than the other.
Spare for B.J. Moore. His best showing on the PBA Tour came back in 2014 at the PBA World Series of Bowling when he earned 2 sixth-place finishes in the PBA Viper and Scorpion Championships and a top 20 overall in the PBA World Championship. That was when he began crossing with Norm Duke and got the attention of Norm Duke, leading to Duke selecting Moore for this PBA League competition. 6th frame for the New York City WTT Kingpins. They lead by 23. Trying to go up 2-1 in this Elias Cup Finals. The 3-point Baker game coming next. That's light and everything but the 2.
Same kind of ball reaction for Marshall that we saw with Sean Maldonado on that right lane. Just scoots just a little bit past the break point, comes in late. The difference maker, Marshall Kent only leaves the 2-pin.
I actually lost that one. Still
22-pin lead for the New York City WTT Kingpins, and the interactive nature of Bo Portland. Standing room to the left and the right, players right in the middle, as we've enjoyed over the last several weeks in this PBA League, the coolest league in town. 7th frame for the Kingpins. Norton from the left side, plus 22 here. And trios, Norton slaps the 7 away.
Great shot by Scott Norton. The fans loved it. And so does his teammates. Now Tommy Jones looking for his first strike in this trios match.
Solid 9.
Nasty. Nasty, nasty result. Really nice shot by Tommy Jones. Ball goes right through the pins and right past the 9-pin.
Spare for Dallas, trailing by 23 in this trios game.
All right, come on.
Players moving steadily back and forth from the equipment area, swapping out pieces of bowling equipment. Sean Maldonado, 6 PBA regional titles to his credit, including 4 in a row back in 2015. It's tight, and it's a big split.
Yeah, that ball's done.
Well, you heard him say it. No bueno with that ball. 210 on the right lane, 467 on the left lane. Time to put it up. Time to figure out something for
that ball's just
the
done.
Baker, Team Baker match.
Strikers building strategy for that Baker team
Be high road all the way.
game for 3
Because
points.
it's so early and downwind. That one's early and tight.
Weber doing math.
Weber changing balls. I think right now all the players are strategizing for the Baker game and trying to figure out the right piece of equipment to give them the best look to get to the pocket.
He trips the 4.
Hey, timber, 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 timber.
See how you kind of kept that one this way? Throw it way right.
Well, I want to keep it this way, but if I throw it right,
Carolyn
it's not
Doran Ballard
hooking.
and
And just move a little bit further lane.
have been sharing some of the duties. Carolyn relies on Pete quite a bit.
Oh.
Team chemistry and the crossover. Marshall Kent with a little something out of the Weber bag of tricks. I got your timber.
Yeah.
Well, this Brooklyn puts them in the 230s. This game is over. Look at the 5'9" tumble. Petey gives that to him. So Marshall gives it right back to him.
New York City goes up 2-1 when we return to Bayside Bowl. It'll come down to the Baker team game for 3 points to determine our Elias Cup champions. New York City, WTT Kingpins, 2-1 advantage over the Dallas Strikers. The 3 points to be earned in the Baker team competition will determine our champion. The Geico Championship recap as presented by Randy Peterson.
Our singles match featured Marshall Kent against Norm Duke. Kent with 3 opens. Norm Duke a clean 203. He wins it. Next up was the doubles competition alternate shot featuring John Zerbinski and Mike Fagan taking on Duke and Bill O'Neill. A 3-bagger and a double helped seal the deal for Fagan and Zerbinski, 224 to 178. And in the match you just saw, trios, it was Weber, Norton, and Marshall Kent, throwing the last 6 in a row to shoot 256.
With the win in trios, New York City goes up 2-1 in the Elias Cup finals, and they earn an advantage. New York City, with a tie or a win in team, will claim the Elias Cup. Dallas must win to be the Elias Cup champions for 2016. That 3-point Baker team match is coming your way next. PBA League Elias Cup finals. Our final team game for 3 points will determine our champions for 2016. Who will hoist the Elias Cup? We'll find out following this game. All 5 players in action for the New York City WTT Kingpins, managed by Carolyn Doran Ballard leading off, Mike Fagan, Pete Weber second, Marshall Kent in the middle. The setup man is John Zerbinski, who will feed the anchor player Scott Norton. New York up 2-1 over the Dallas Strikers, managed by Norm Duke. He puts himself in at leadoff, followed by Bill O'Neill, Sean Maldonado in the middle. B.J. Moore will set up Tommy Jones at anchor. Kimberly Pressler is with our anchor players.
I sure am, Mike. Scott, you know what? You're the only left-hander out here, and Carolyn has decided to put you in anchor position. How much of an advantage is that left side right now?
Well, I will say that when it started, I don't think it was necessarily an advantage, but there's been a lot of lane play on the right, so they're a little trickier. I definitely have a little bit more consistency on my side of the lane, but we'll have to see what happens. I'm ready.
Can you handle the pressure?
Oh, yeah, I'm ready.
All right, good luck to your team. All right, Tommy, you find yourself in the anchor position again. Have you found a way to strike on these lanes?
Well, they're getting a little tricky, like Scott said. You know, there's been a lot of play going down there, and the blue wall plays a little havoc with your eyes because we can see where it kind of goes away a little bit, and sometimes it's not really gone from there. But you know, we're going to go out and make the best shots we can and bring this home for Dallas.
Now, is it weird at all that you're going for your 3rd Elias Cup trophy against the team you won your 1st trophy with?
Yeah, like I said, I've had some great teammates. I had some over there with New York, but I'm on Dallas now. That's the nature of the business.
It sure is. Good luck to your team. Let's head into the finals.
Tommy Jones once again putting himself in position to hoist an Elias Cup. It's a 3-point game. New York is up 2-1. With a tie, they would win the cup. With a win, they would win the cup. Dallas must win 1 Baker game for 3 points. And Mike Fagan will get things started for the New York City WTT Kingpins. He'll bowl the 1st and 6th. 5 players now combining for 1 team score, and they will fill their own frames. Skates wide, and the 2-8 remains.
I'm not sure that's the 8-pin. I think it might be the 4-pin. Let's take a look. looks like it was the 5-pin, Mike.
Out of spot, and
Yeah, I think
the
so.
reset.
It's fine.
Play it as it lies.
Yeah, you got to shoot it like that. You can't reset it or put it on spot. You got to clear the dead wood out of the. You got to clean the dead wood out of the gutters. Let's take one more look. It was the 5-pin. Wow, crazy stuff.
So the 5-pin slides behind the 2 and effect a double wood conversion. Mike Fagan, a neutral, with a spare in the book.
Come on, let's have some fun out there. Let's have some fun. Come on. Come on. Let's have some fun. Yeah, let's go.
No need to tell you who's leading off for the Dallas Strikers. It's the player manager, as echoed by the great support of the Bull Portland community. Norm Duke calls his own number, lead off, 6 of 15 strikes in today's competition. And a 4-10 split.
Norm way in, trying to hook it down. The straight ball from second arrow is not going to work. Lanes had broken down too much. He's in the 4th arrow and goes through the face and pays for it.
Dallas. Duke will be back in the
First
6th.
ball through over
frame.
there. God dang it. All right, I know what to do now, which is from here to there. Is that lane tied?
Pete Weber leading off for bowling second for the New York City WTT Kingpins. Kingpins already with a spare on the board, 2nd frame. Weber bowls the 2nd and 7th. Winner of the original Elias Cup, and that's also a light shot and a 2-pin.
That right lane wiggles down lane. The players move in and try to create angle. It gets down to the break point and just doesn't come off of the spot hard enough. Watch, same kind of thing here that happened to Mike Fagan. It just gets down there and wiggles.
See how skinny I am? Do I ever clean my plate?
Bull Portland advising Weber to clean his plate, as in make the spare.
All right. Wasn't going high.
Kingpins are clean, no strikes yet in our 3-point team game. Bill O'Neill, 2 PBA Tour titles back in 2015. Operating for Dallas in the 2nd frame after the Duke Open. And O'Neill gets a strike.
Yeah, nice shot by Bill.
Come on. Over there. Well, are you gonna? How much more right are you gonna move? Okay. So.
And watch the 6-pin, 2nd from the right. Anytime you see it kick the 10 out like that, you know the ball's going through the pins the right way.
And O'Neill bringing that
over there,
info.
I need to 5 left. I'm going to use a different ball over there. I don't feel like that lane catches as much.
O'Neill bringing that information back to the bench. Marshall Kent up for the Kingpins. 3rd frame. Marshall operating in the 3rd and 8th in this team game.
Marshall got it back.
Go.
Way to go.
Come on now. Come on.
Big hand to Marshall Kent. Looked like he got it a little bit farther right sooner. Ball was able to grab hold of the lane and get back to the pocket.
We'll see if the information from O'Neill transfers to Maldonado. 3rd frame for Dallas. And the 6 timbers the 10.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. A little firm. A little firm.
6 goes to the sidewall and just kind of leans on the 10. What a great break for the Dallas Strikers.
John Zerbinski has elicited the USA, and now they precede his shot. Zerbinski is a MVP candidate, 6-time member of Team USA, rolling for NYC, fourth frame. Strike working.
Light, 2-8-10. Not good. The wiggle on the right lane. Just to the right of fourth arrow, but it looks like it was pitched too far to the right.
Open frame for New York City, and the lead goes to Dallas on the bench with strikes working. Up quickly is B.J. Moore setting up for Tommy Jones in the anchor position.
I love BJ!
A couple of sixth-place finishes at the 2014 World Series of Bowling introduced this man to his player-manager, Norm Duke. This Baker team game. Dallas now leads by 21.
I reached for that one like a love.
Anchor play. Scott Norton inserted by Carolyn Doran Ballard into the anchor position. Norton will get the 5th and all of the 10th frame. Trying to load it up for the back half of the lineup.
How does the Dallas Strikers overcome the pesky right lane, because that's where they're going to have to finish this game? They've got the lead now, but boy, lots of bad things can happen, as we've seen. I wonder what their strategy will be on that lane.
Teams will switch lanes after 5 frames and complete their game on the other lane. Norton with a single pin to shoot to stay 21 down. Now Tommy Jones with a key shot for the Strikers, the last shot on this left lane. And Dallas can increase their lead. Jones, one of the few to pop that thumb in first.
I remember Dave Husted, great Hall of Famer, used to do the same thing. Thumb in first.
6 around the 10.
Oh, he liked it and he wanted it and should have gotten it. Nasty ring and 10 right here. And you can see by the react, he really liked that shot.
Spare for the Dallas Strikers, 20-pin lead. The winner will claim and hoist the PBA Elias Cup for 2016. Baker Team Bowling continues from Bayside. Bow Portland hosting the PBA League Elias Cup Finals for the 2nd consecutive year. Our thanks to everyone at Bayside Bowl for this unique, incredibly charged environment for this Elias Cup PBA League competition. The commissioner of the Professional Bowlers Association, Tom Clark, coming up with the PBA League concept and finding a home here at Bayside Bowl. Big thanks to Charlie Mitchell and everyone here at Bayside Bowl. The PBA League has found a home. Back half of our Baker team game for 3 points will determine our Elias Cup champions for 2016. Final 5 frames, final 5 shots for each of our players. And we have switched lanes, and now New York City is on the left lane. Hagan crosses over.
And we've seen it throughout the competition when the teams do flip-flop lanes. The team starting on the left lane for the back half of the game, the tendency is to go high. They just can't anticipate that much hook. They make the adjustment, they make a move, they play that lane to hook more. But it always goes high. It's just not a big enough move. Now, Mike Fagan will take the intel back to his teammates and let them know what he did.
Down the line, down the line, down the line, down the line.
The PBA Network is your one-stop resource for all the ways the PBA communicates with its fans. The PBA Network includes telecasts on ESPN, live event streaming on Extra Frame, PBA social media outlets like Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook, and more. Head to PBA.com. With the 7-10 split.
Absolute worst time for that to happen. 9 spare would have been great. Instead, it's going to be an open frame unless Norm Duke can make the 7-10 split.
And if he converts the 7-10, he'll earn the $100,000 ultimate spare bonus.
That stinks. Makes a nice shot there, only to come away with an open frame.
Hold me up, guys. Hold me up. Pick me up.
The lead now down to 8.
4 frames remaining, 4 players with a chance to impact the score. Now Pete Weber, Hall of Famer, up for the New York City WTT Kingpins. Weber, an Elias Cup winner back in 2013.
Oh my.
Light and an 8-10, the 2 kick forward.
Almost looked like he lost it off his hand at the bottom of the swing. Back-to-back open frames for both teams.
O'Neal in the 7th for Dallas. 22-pin advantage, 4 frames to play. O'Neal 6 around the 10.
Another great shot by Dallas. Phil O'Neal really gives it the great touch at the bottom of the swing to get that ball to turn the corner. That hand just snap around the side of the ball. He gets it to suck up back to the 1-3.
Come on.
O'Neal fills the frame in the 7th for Dallas. 3 frames remaining.
Get our job. Okay, that was big.
Norm Duke's Dallas Strikers, 22-pin lead, heading into the 8th, 9th, and 10th. The last pitch from Marshall Kent, coming for New York City in the 8th frame. Desperately trying to set up the next in line. Kent, 10-pin.
The Kingpins are in trouble, running out of frames, trailing, and not able to throw strikes will not get you back into the match.
Spare for New York City.
Never know. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Sean Maldonado, his last chance to help Dallas. He's up in the 8th frame. Spare working for the Strikers.
Sean's been awful quiet in this event. Great time for him to step up right here with strike.
Just like that, Maldonado strikes in the 3rd and 8th for Dallas.
Great shot by Sean.
I did what you told me. I did what you told me. Yeah.
They step up, or excuse me, he steps up in the 8th frame, knowing that if his team goes strike spare to finish the game, they can't lose, and he throws it perfect.
And I correct you, you were right. They stepped up. It was the communication of Dallas that got that job done. As Maldonado comes back and said to O'Neal, I did what you told me to do. Zerbinski. 6 around the 10. Time running out for New York City.
Another good shot by John, but Not going to happen. They need a miracle. Do the Kingpins. And I don't see it happening. BJ Moore can get up now, throw a strike, and end this right here, right now. Wonder what's going through that young man's mind. An open frame and everything changes.
One of the interesting picks heading into this year's draft was Norm Duke's selection of BJ Moore. And now Moore can help bring a Elias Cup title to Dallas. Ninth frame.
Solid 8-pin. Oh, my.
Gee. One spare.
Boy, if I have to look at another solid 8, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. That's terrible. What a great shot. That is such a horrible break. That would have locked it up. Spare here, pretty much over.
All right, boys. Morning. There we go. All right, guys. That's a great shot, man. That's a great shot.
Kingpins need to fill it up in the 10th and hope for help from Dallas. And it is Scott Norton to finish up.
Max score 181. Dallas Strikers are in the 190s. If Scott Norton strikes out, Tommy Jones needs 9 on the first ball to lock it up. Two open frames were the killers. Zerbinski in the 4th, Weber in the 7th. And only 3 strikes combined for the team. 2 by Norton here in the 10th frame.
For the New York City WTT Kingpins, and now Tommy Jones, the first who can earn 3 Elias Cup victories and win it for player manager Norm Duke.
8-1 is the winner. 9 or better is the winner. Strike, obviously.
Player manager Norm Duke has been in search of this moment for 4 years. And here it is, Duke a winner with BJ Moore, Sean Maldonado, Bill O'Neill, and Tommy Jones will hoist the trophy for the 3rd time. Dallas Strikers, PBA Elias Cup champions in 2016. The cup when we return the Bayside Bowl. The PBA League Elias Cup Finals are brought to you by bowlingball.com. It's where bowlers go. By Rotogrip, built for those who take bowling serious. Don't just play the game, own it. By the United States Bowling Congress, creating competitive opportunities at all levels as we build a future for the sport. Visit bowl.com for more. And by Ebonite, bowl it forward. The PBA League Elias Cup has been awarded to the Dallas Strikers by virtue of their 4-2 win over the New York City WTT Kingpins. Kimberly Pressler is laneside with the presentation of the Mark Roth MVP and the Elias Cup. Kimberly.
Thank you so much, Mike. Mark Roth, it is a pleasure to have you here. Could you please do the honors?
Yes, it was a great feeling to be back again, and for Tommy and the team, great finish. You are our MVP for the big finish you had to win for your team. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right, Tommy, this is your third Elias Cup trophy win, but it's your first MVP, and you have earned it. You know, you converted that split, that 4-9 split you had in the trios, and then you made some serious strikes when you needed to. How's it feel to earn MVP?
Well, anytime you can win anything with Mr. Ross' name on it, you know, I grew up watching him as a kid. He was an idol of mine, but, you know, that's great. But this goes to the guys. They threw a lot of strikes, too. I just was fortunate at the end to be the one bull, and I think they would have done it, too.
Well, this really was a full team effort. And on that mark, Tom Clark, would you please present the trophy?
Thanks a lot, Kimberly. Congratulations to the Dallas Strikers. Norm, you've won a lot of trophies in your life. This is the Elias Cup, baby. You got it. You got it. You guys got it.
Elias Cup, finally, guys, let's share this.
You guys definitely earned this trophy.
Just touch it, guys. Just touch this here.
You guys sure do look good hoisting that trophy. But Norm, you know what? We were just saying that this was a full team effort, but you put this team together. You worked hard for this. Put into words what this moment is like.
Oh, I can't even tell you. I was watching Tommy shoot right after a solid 8, and I just said, this has got to end, you know? I can't handle anymore. And if he would have tied, oh, I'd have cut myself in the throat.
I can see why you're emotional. This was a team effort, and you guys really worked for this. But these lanes did not help you up at all. How did you manage to work through them?
Well, we did that. We just worked through it. The lanes got choppy. The guys on both sides were making shots, best shots of their life, and they were 10 pin. We just outlasted them.
Well, congratulations to the Dallas Strikers. You have officially won the Elias Cup trophy.
The Dallas Strikers, the Elias Cup champions. Our next PBA Tour telecast live December 11th. The stepladder final, the PBA World Championship on ESPN. Norm Duke and the Dallas Strikers become Elias Cup champions earlier this season. Terrell Owens claimed the CP3 trophy, the team founder for Dallas. And now Dallas hoists the Elias Cup. For Randy Peterson and Kimberly Press.